Welcome back, rivals. This is Xonia, and you are in the zone. Today, you're getting a special lunch edition of ELO games. I haven't eaten my lunch yet, so I'm going to be eating my lunch in the middle. I'm really sorry to be doing both at once, but if you want these videos to come out today, then unfortunately this is just the way it's going to have to be. So I'll try not to make too much spaghetti eating sound in the background. Anyway, so today we're going to be doing our 5 ELO matches, so why don't we go ahead and get into our collection. We've had a couple new missions come out because of the new LDs, so I'm going to go ahead and open these missions in a new tab. I'm also just going to say quickly that if you have not had a chance to watch any of my deck, the new how-to that I'm putting out this week on deck building, if you're having trouble with managing your deck, I really recommend that you watch that video because I think it's going to help you not be as frustrated with the new site. If you already feel comfortable, then you don't need to go ahead and watch it. You'll be fine. No big deal there. But if you are still having trouble, then I really recommend that you go ahead and watch that other video. It's really going to be a big help for you, I think. So I was really excited to make it because I think it's something that a lot of people have complained about not being able to do. Anyway, so we've been doing bangers and roots, but now we have some Jungo. So let's go ahead and throw some Jungo. We'll do a cheap beginner's Jungo deck, and I guess honestly I haven't been working on my bangers stuff in my free time, so we could either do bangers or damage with the roots. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just we've done bangers twice already, so why don't we go ahead and do some roots. I'll show you a non-budget deck for roots that I might do, a half deck for roots, and then I will do a budget deck of Jungo so that we can get another budget deck video out this week for you guys. So if you want to go ahead and skip ahead, please go ahead. I'm going to have a little link floating around up here if you want to skip ahead to the matches right away. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and start building my deck now. So let's get to it. First, let's go ahead and switch our clan to go ahead and do roots. And then fully evolved only because there's no point showing best copy because if it's not fully leveled, I can't use it anyway. I don't have enough XP in my reserve to level anything. So let's also move this to 50 because that should show pretty much all the cards in one go. And again, because I love those visuals, I could just click on them in the list mode, but where's the fun in that? Let's go ahead and go in card view. I'll give it one more minute to go ahead and switch to card view. Okay. Roots logo looks really... I actually kind of like the new Roots logo. I mean, I know it's almost basically the same as the old one, but it looks really nice on the cards, I think. The new version. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do a half deck, and I'm not allowed to choose any cards that are ELO banned. I really like Gretchen. I'm just gonna throw in a bunch of Roots cards that I really like. Ugh, Arno's out this week. Okay, Brody is out. I don't want Bishop. Again, Creho and Curlix are both pretty good. Gertjan would be great, but we're not doing a full deck. Crazen's a little weak. Marcus, I like Marcus, but he doesn't have enough damage for me, honestly. Mildred could be a nice low star card. Who else do we have here? Of course, Nudile is always pretty good. Noodle CR. Ratana is good, but she's off limits for this week. I love Simeon. Simeon would be a great one. We used him last time. He's up to 3,000 clints now, according to this. Yuki's always good. We used Willow last time too. Yeah. Oh, we've got Tuck here as well. So I think that's gonna do it for now for roots. And then let's go ahead and switch over to Jungo in order to get our other half deck. I want to make sure that the budget deck works first for Jungo, and then we'll make our roots half fit from there. Since really the only restriction I have is on the Jungo, new player restriction, I want to go ahead and deal with that first. Okay, so you can only choose cards that are going to be under 2,000 Clints. So, since prices have gone up recently, that's going to make it a little bit harder. We can't use... Okay, so let's take a look at these. Ashiko, not bad, but because it's a stop, I'm going to shy away from using Ashiko. Buma, again, not bad, but support card, I can't use Buma. Borse does have SOB, but honestly, I really don't like the card. I'm gonna throw him in anyway, just because I don't even know what I'm gonna have available to me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go down anyway. Cheap 8/2 with minus damage if possible. Again, I'm not sure what's gonna be available. Dagoba. I'm gonna say no because the 6 power, even with the stop, is not so good. Oh, Dianzi's out this week. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Not that I could have played him anyway because he's too much. Aaliyah, again, another stop card. Flint, not great, but he's available, so that's better than nothing. Gerald, again, I don't really like Gerald, but better than nothing. Hute, oh, excellent card. I'm really glad we can use Hute under 2K. 8/3 with courage minus DR. That's really good. I'm really happy to be able to put Hute in there. Jalil also does a lot more damage than people realize. Jalil is kind of a hidden wonder. He does quite a bit. Mindy, not bad. Decent card for sure. Odile, actually not a bad little 3-star card. Not bad at all. Overlooked her for a long time. Radek, excellent card. Absolutely fantastic. We got Rodney as well. We got Ronald, but I don't really want him for 4 stars. 4 stars is pretty hefty in order to slot him in there. We got Wendy, which could also do quite a bit of damage, and Samba, I'm gonna go ahead and shy away from. Wow, we don't really have a whole lot of choices here, do we, from Jungo? That's too bad. Okay, so if we go up here to our deck, basically, let's go ahead and get rid of the cards that we put in that we didn't really like in the first place. And that's going to bring me down to these. I'm gonna go ahead and take out Gerald as well. So, what we're looking at here are the cards that I really like that I'm going to consider using for today are Hute, Jalil, Mindy, Odile, Radek, Rodney, and Wendy. These are all 3 stars or 2 stars, which means that we're going to have a little bit higher star roots half. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, Wendy is basically going to be like a 7/6 for 2 stars. Mindy's got some attack manipulation. So one of the things I'm noticing right now is if we're going to be doing Roots and Jungo is we don't have a lot of attack manipulation. So I think keeping cards like Rodney and Mindy are going to be really important for us here. DR is also going to be really helpful from Hute. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Mindy. I think Rodney is going to be enough because we have Rodney. That plus is going to be really good. So we've got Rodney and Hute that we definitely want. I love Radek. Radek is a fantastic card, really good, kind of neutralizer when it comes to power. If we're going to do some kind of power manipulation game, then Radek, because he's min 4, 3 under his own, that means that he can go head-to-head with a lot of the all-stars as well, which is really important. So basically it's going to come down to, do we want Jalil, Odile, or Wendy? Jalil, Odile, or Wendy? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Wendy. And Odile is So the question here then is going to be Odile or Jaleel. Jaleel can do 7. Odile can do 6. Going to be a little bit more stop vulnerable, but we're going to have SOA anyway. So why don't basically what it's going to come down to is with Jaleel and Odile, do I want a better chance of actually getting the damage in or not? And so if it's going to be about that, then I would rather take the risk with Odile being 8 power, because I just think it's going to be a little bit more useful in the long run. You could make a different choice, but that's fine. So here we've got our Jungo half of Hute, Odile, Radek, and Rodney. All 3 stars, so that's 12. We're going to have 13 stars to work with our other half deck. I guess what that does mean, though, is that if I want to run a 5-star, we've technically been running, we have been running 5 stars quite a bit here. Simeon is going to be my 1 5-star, and then I guess I'd have to choose between Gretchen and Tuck. You know, I think this week I'm not going to run a 5-star, because I would rather have 2 4-stars. I would rather be able to run both Tuck and Gretchen, because they're both really nasty cards. I know 5-stars are great. I know that they normally do a lot of damage, but I'm going to go ahead and go with 2 4-stars. Now, out of that, that means that's 8 stars out of our 13 remaining, which means that we've got 5 stars left to work with, so we've got a 3-star and a 2-star that we can use. Our only 2 stars are Willow and Mildred. Mildred is going to take some time to warm up, and I don't know if I want to save Mildred for later in the match. I kind of want to save my bigger cards for later in the match. I want a card that I can play early, and so I think Willow is going to be a better opener card for my deck. Mildred would be a better card overall, but again, I really don't want to be playing my little piddly 2 stars later, even if it is going to result in that. Also, if I'm running Gretchen, having both Gretchen and Mildred could end up conflicting with each other. You could say the same thing for Willow, but Willow is going to be a defeat, which means that I can kind of guarantee Willow gets it on the first round. And then if I want to improve my heal, then I can try and win with Gretchen in the next round, which may also be able to be used as a nice little tactic. So basically we have Tuck, Willow, and Gretchen, and then I'm going to get rid of Kreho, Nudile. It's going to be either Curlix or Yuki, and again, I would rather have that extra DR as well, because I just love SOA plus DR. It works so well. So here we have, I think, our full 25-star deck. As you can see, 25 stars, 56 power, 29 damage. Gretchen, Yuki, Willow, Tuck, Hute, Odile, Radek, and Rodney. Alright, well, let's go ahead and set as our deck then. Am I sure I want to set this as my deck? Yes, I am. So now we have our deck, and let's head in. So where we go? Play. Sorry, a bit of a brain fart there for a second. Alright. I don't know how far along we are in the video, but let's head to ELO, get our 5 matches in, and see how we do today. ELO. Oh, wait. Well, I'll show you after this then, I guess. Or if no one wants to play right now because there are only 86 players, just to confirm that I actually am starting from 1,000. Oh, excellent. Okay, so, at least for my sake then, you can see these are all from last week. I am currently at 1,000 ELO. Let's hope we can find a match with only 86 players. Ugh. Obelisco over. Level 37, so knows his stuff, but still getting his bearings down. Got an FPC deck with Kamekun, Kusuri, Jia Lemming, and Yusuke versus my Radek, Rodney, Gretchen, and Yuki. Power-wise, looks like we're about tied for power. I've got a little bit more because I've got Radek, and his Jia Lemming is going to do that. He's got more damage than me. However, with my stop-op ability, I can stop a lot of, and I've got more DR than him as well. So, a normal move would probably be Gretchen. he going to be expecting? If I do that, he won't throw Jia Lemming, he probably won't throw Kame-kun, but he might. Just because he's not going to get a chance to use it. I could use Yuki on him next round if he does. He wouldn't throw XXII because there's no reason to do that. Yusuke would lose some damage, so we're probably looking at either Kame-kun or Yusuke if I throw Gretchen. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to nullify perhaps the bonus is Kame-kun. The question is, do I want to go in big or not? If I go in big, I think I could win this pretty much by default. Alright, we're gonna give it a shot, I think, because based on his damage output and my ability to force him to pill, I think that if I can win with Gretchen on this round, that's gonna cause him an awful lot of trouble. Especially since I can then save Yuki for Yusuke. I really do want to save him for Yusuke because then that will cut his courage damage and keep him at 3. Reidek can really hurt Jia Lemming if he decides to lead. So if we see the Kame-kun lead, which is what I would expect, next turn we could see he may throw XXII though. I mean, if he could throw off on XXII, or he could do Kame-kun or Yusuke. Oh, okay. Let's hope that this is just a throw off. Okay. Oh, I should probably move my window down a bit because you can't see how much life I have in the new one. Alright, so we are down quite a bit in pills, which is of course unfortunate, but we are trying to do damage. The wonderful thing with Gretchen now is that Gretchens are wonderful things. Oh wait, no, that's Tigger, I think. Anyway, he's probably going to follow up with Kame-kun, but even if he follows up with Kame-kun, I can then play Rodney. He only has 9 life, which means that my Rodney will be able to force him to play at least 1 pill, which again, we're just trying to bide some time. He may think that I'm going to try and stop him with several pills on Rodney, so he may play a few more. He goes with Yusuke, okay. Now the question is, do I want to try and attack now? If I put him at 5, that would mean he would need 9 pills. I don't think he's going to go all in with Yusuke, because this is ELO. So I'm just going to try and end it here. And I'm pretty sure that this should be enough to seal the deal. It's really important to play Yuki first here because otherwise he could play Kame-kun first, and I want to make sure that I do this the best that I can because he's going to have to do this. Let's see, so he's going to be able to do 9 even if he Furies both times. It's 13 minus 2 for Yuki is 11, and I'm going to gain life at least one of those, so he's probably going to be able to do 10, and if he Fury attacks, he's going to have to play XXII first. I should have, I think I should have, no, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I was just thinking maybe I should have played Rodney first, because at 16 life, if he plays Kame-kun first, then I'm only going to gain my heal once, and I want to try and stop that extra damage later more than I do early. Yep, he'll do 7, but I will gain 2 back because of Gretchen, and this round is over. Good game, Obelisco over. Alright, 10-15 ELO. Game number 2. Fear Shagon, level 74. Okay, knows his stuff. Looks like Mono Sentinel, Jeffrey, Smith, Tobby, Z-Robbie versus Odile, Reidek, Gretchen, Willow. Okay, so it looks like, at least as far as power is concerned, if I can match up Gretchen versus Tabi or something like that, I'll be fine, but otherwise his Tabi is going to have an advantage. So we're basically about even for power, but he has attack manipulation, which gives him a slight lead in his power area. As far as damage is concerned, he's got DR. I've got a little bit more damage on him. A little bit, just a little bit more damage. I think his main problem at the beginning is he doesn't know if I'm going to either dump Willow or go all in, or pretty far in with Gretchen. So I would expect to see Z-Robbie as a play, because Z-Robbie or Smith. Z-Robbie is kind of the most resistant, but he won't want to go in too far with Z-Robbie. My guess is if he goes with Z-Robbie, I should throw Willow, because he's trying to kind of throw me off. And with Smith, he's probably gone low with Smith, because he feels like he's got the DR ability and won't have any trouble getting me there. So I'm guessing he's probably going to try and go with some kind of feint or trick on round one. So if he throws Z-Robbie, I'll go with Willow, and if he throws Smith, then I will go in with Gretchen. It's pretty good that he's going to go with Z-Robbie. And he'll go in deep, or with whoever he goes in with. He's more likely to go in with a lot of pills because he knows I'm going to want Gretchen on round one. So maybe waiting until round two would be more advantageous either way for me. Or maybe he's just going to time out. Give me an easy win. Okay. Not a lot of time. I'm assuming he went in deep. I know I said I was going to do it the other way, but if he played the last second, I'm not going to fight him. Yep. My instinct was right. I should have gone in, but I got hesitant because of that last second play. Now, I have my defeat heal working for me right now. There's no way that he can KO me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Gretchen. And I'm just going to play 3. The reason for that is if he just tries to toss off, just throw off. So, he's probably thinking at this point now, if he's got Tabi is going to have an advantage over Radek or Odile, and it's going to be a pretty significant one. So if he keeps Tabi, he'll be fine. There's no way he's going to just sacrifice Tabi. Could sacrifice Z-Robbie because there isn't a whole lot of damage there. His best bet is going to be to keep Jeffrey and Tabi for the next 2 rounds. Now if he thinks that I expect that, and I know that, then he may keep both of them and just throw off on Z-Robbie because he kind of has those won if he has enough pills in order to do that. And he knows that he's going to have enough pills. He may... I probably should have thrown 1 or 2 more pills on Gretchen, because I wouldn't also be surprised to see Z-Robbie with, like, maybe 3 pills, because he knows that he's still got me beat with Tabi, pretty much no matter what. He can have a 2-pill... He can be down by 2 pills and still win Tabi. However, he doesn't know that I'm going to play a few pills. He can probably guess that I'm going to play a few, but at most, he could still play it safe with 3 pills on Z-Robbie, and probably be relatively sure that he's going to be able to take at least 1 round with Tabi. If I'm really lucky, he'll go pretty far in. It may also be a bit confusing for him because if I have heal on both Gretchen and Willow, why would I want to cover one with the other? You're going to be one of those guys that always waits until the last second to play, aren't you? Well, that's really annoying. Alright, well, I am all for that. That was an excellent round for me. I have no idea why he played Jeffrey with nothing. That makes no sense at all to me because he had damage and could not DR Gretchen at all. He would have been able to completely shut down Odile or Radek. I simply do not understand. I mean, ZB still has up to 4 damage now, but essentially all I need to do is win one of these rounds, and I'm going to be guaranteed a win on the round against Z-Robbie because Radek is going to bring him down 2 power. Doesn't matter if Tabi wins, doesn't matter if Tabi furies, because I now have Gretchen's 10 max heal available. And apparently someone is at the door right now. Alright, 10:35 ELO, excellent. Let's go to our game number 3, round 3. Oh, I should have furied for my Jungo mission. Oh well. Alright, well, let's try it again. 1,040 online players. I think they're online, not online. Line is a Japanese. Anyway. Okay, Hippie Spliff. Nice name. Here we've got level 38, so still getting his bearings, but not bad. Bridge, Byron, Yema, Skopica versus Hute, Radek, Rodney, and Gretchen. So this is almost a Jungo on Jungo matchup. None of the same cards though. So Bridge's Reprisal will allow him to DR my extra life, so I'll lose a little bit of my damage there. Byron is also going to be a big pain. If I had my SOA, it wouldn't be as much of an issue, as well as Yema. Wouldn't be nearly as much of an issue. But unfortunately that is not the case of what we have walked into here. However, we are lucky for having Radek, because Radek will work wonderfully. Wow. So if we're looking at Jungo missions, I'm going to go ahead and... We've got 2 minutes. I'm going to open this in a new tab. Jungo missions plus life. 125 life points with the Jungo, so maybe, but I wouldn't expect him to do that in ELO, so there's no specific thing here. This is unfortunate. He has a lot of other power cards. I'm not going to expect him to go in that far. So I think because he still has Skopica, Brian, and Bridge on his side, I think Yema is just an attempt to get me to toss half my pills away. I'm going to chance it. We're going to go with 6. Alright, good. So, we did overpill, but not by too much. And thankfully, we still are going to have our max 10, which is good news for us. Throwing Hute this round means that I could be met with Skopica, which is not what I really want, because Gretchen will no longer be useful at that point. Also, this is going to be the key round for Byron to actually do his poison damage to me. 31, 38, 45 would be able to counter a 5-pill Byron. So let's go with that for now. Unfortunately, I think playing that many pills with Gretchen was also not necessary because, you know, with the Jungo battle, heal is almost useless, especially with only a maximum of 10. There's Byron. Yes! Oh, excellent. That was definitely what I wanted to see. Excellent. I'm honestly very surprised that worked. One of the things that I always check is, like, what... I mean, one of the things that's always really important, I think, when you're playing ELO or something like this, is to check and see, is there a certain amount of pills where it will be equal? So if in this case, I checked to see if Rodney 5-pill would be equal to 45, which would be the same as a Byron 5-pill, which means that I could go pill to pill with him up to 5. And I in fact was able to. And the problem here now is Skopica. I want to try and get Bridge. Bridge goes to 5. The problem is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 and 4 is going to be 12. Well, he beat me by 2. I've got to hope that he's played at least 1 pill with Skopica. He's probably only played 1 pill. He's probably bluffed and done nothing because this is ELO. Oh, yes! Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, well, again, we just become very fortunate at the end here, and, go ahead and go to our 4th match. See how we do. So they just released a release. They just released the preview for the arcade mode. Of course, there's no actual gameplay in it, which leads me to think that it's much the same as what we see here, but hopefully the new arcade mode is going to be awesome. I'm very excited for it. I hope that it turns out really well. Okay, so here we've got J2 Dada, which is running bangers, mono bangers, B-Bazooka, Clora, Lucio, and Randall versus Radek, Rodney, Gretchen, and Tuck. So, let's see, what do we have here? As far as power goes, 8, 8, 10, 8. Okay, so clearly extra power, but for damage, 8, 6, 4, 4. I think overall, I'm in a slightly better damage situation than he is. However, he does have Chlora with stop-off bonus, and he does have his B-Bazooka has DR, whereas I have none of my DR right now. He's got Randall, who could cancel Radek, which Radek will be able to go head-to-head with pretty much anyone except for Lucio. Really, what we need to look out for in this one is B-Bazooka, obviously. B-Bazooka is the giant bazooka that we need to look out for. So here, let's see. We've got Chlora. We have the attack manipulation advantage as well. So I'm not feeling confident about this, but let's go with Rodney for the 24. Okay, good. He went in big. I was really worried that that's what was going to happen. Expecting the really large Gretchen pill. We have Chlora, who has already done that. I'm going to play fast with Gretchen. Again, this is going to be 8 times 7. I'm going to go ahead and play 8. Because I'm expecting him to be a little bit shaken up, worried, and so I'm hoping that this is going to result in a B-Bazooka play. I'm hoping that he's going to try and KO me now. Now that he's gone with Chlora, he has enough to be able to all-in with B-Bazooka. He may think that I am not expecting him to go with B-Bazooka because I have my stop-up ability, which means that I'll still do all of my normal amount of damage. And so B-Bazooka, there we see it. So we've seen him go probably all-in. There we go. And that's all we wrote for our 4th match, folks. Well done, J2 Dada. I mean, it was a good attempt. Oh, left the battle. One of those guys, the ones that leave. For shame, J2 Dada. For shame. Finish your battles. Finish your battles. Could have used some of the extra damage for my other things. It's really frustrating because now I can't get another ELO KO or anything. You've robbed me of my missions. I mean, you're literally punishing me, which is no fair because I beat you fair and square. Anyway. Alright. Last match for today. Space Invader with 4s and 3s for his vowels. Surprised his Invader doesn't start with a 1. Anyway, from America, USA. And then we've got, what's his... Oh, Gambit. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at something else. Couldn't see it. So you got D4 Funk, Romana, Tremor H, and Venile CR versus my Gretchen, Tuck, Willow, and Yuki. I've drawn my entire Roots half. Alright, so that's actually not bad right now because it means that I can stop D4 Funk and Tremor H and Venile CR from all being super effective. This is very unfortunate for him, honestly. Because, I mean, I'm not gonna play this. Now, here's the thing. Do I wanna... I think I'm gonna go ahead and just throw... He left the battle. He left the battle. What? Oh. Oh. Okay, well. I guess that's our 5 matches for this week's, guys. We went 5 for 5 this week, and we're at 1086. I'm actually not going to stop it there. I'm going to go ahead and play one more. I want to get that 5th one in, and maybe for the first time, you'll be able to see me hit 1100 ELO for my weekly ELO matches. We'll see. So we've got Oscarinho here. We've got both uppers and half uppers, half berserk. Versus almost all of our Jungo again. We've lost our excellent roots half, sadly. So Leopold, Lola, Oxen, and Salzburg. We've got a bit of a star advantage here with Hute, Odile, Radek, and Yuki. The big issue here is going to be, so for example, Hute isn't going to do a whole lot. Radek is going to be able to stop people like Oxen. So let's save Yuki for later. We want to watch out for an early Oxen. This would be able to stop a 5-pill Oxen. So hopefully he's not going to think I went in super deep with Kute. Though honestly, this would be... The reason that a hand like this is going to be really difficult is because he has both Lola and Salzburg. So there's a really good chance that he's going to throw off. In fact, based on odds, there was a higher chance. But he did go with Oxen. Yes! Excellent. A little surprised that worked out as well as it did. And that puts him in a very bad situation now, because the rest of his power is absolutely abysmal. Salzburg, horrible. Lola, horrible. Leopold is his only real round winnable card now, especially like Lola versus Radek, for example. I can pretty much just throw Radek and be like, hey, here's like 1 pill. Putting him at 4, 14 means he'd have to play at least 3, which would put him in quite a bad situation. The thing is I'd really like to save Radek for one of the others, so let's see. So against Leopold, 7, 6, 5, 45 plus 9 is 54. I need everything in order to be able to beat Leopold. So if we want to make sure that we do this well, we should throw Yuki. Because if he's played 0 pills, then he won't do as much damage. Did 1 pill. Okay. I'm okay with that though. People are attempting to give me phone calls at the moment. So the question is, am I going to be able to still win this if I throw Radek all in? And the answer, I believe, is no. I can still get a tie out of it, though, because even with Leopold, at most he can do 6. No, but that would be 8. Okay, so I think the real key here is 8 and 8. So let's see, is that going to be enough? 56 plus 9 is going to be 55, 56, 65, and this is only going to be 64. But if we have only 5, so let's see, 7, 6, 5, 5 times 8 is 49. It's still going to be enough to beat me. Well, let's just be crazy, because I'm not feeling like working this out in my head right now, but probably what he's going to assume, what I'm guessing is with this, that I'm going to go ahead and, yep, excellent. He thought that I was going to just toss off on Odile and then try and go in for my win. That would be guaranteed. Instead, I have opted for doing 8 damage, which Odile offered me over Radek. And doing that means that I have done just enough so that when he does 6 damage with Leopold now, I will still have 1 more life than him. Good game, Oscarino. Excellent game. Great game. And so with that, we have gone 6 for 6 then on our ELO match this week. Was this enough in order to push me over 1100 ELO? Let's find out. 1109. So, looks like we end this week with just over 1100 ELO, guys. Well, as you can see, it seems that this half-deck Jungo budget, plus a half-deck of Roots turned out to be pretty strong and did really well overall in all of our matches. If you like this video, then feel free to like it and share it, and don't forget to leave a comment down below with any comments that you have about what happened this week in my ELO matches. And don't forget to subscribe for more of my Urban Rivals videos. This is Xonia, and you've been in the zone.